So this is the current hair situation. We have shrinkage, we have some frizz, the middle part is slightly disappearing. It's neither straight, neither curly. So we're gonna sort this out. Whilst talking about, you know, Sisterlocks, update, thickness, length, how I'm getting on, did the colour do anything, etc, etc, etc. I want to say thank you so much for watching my hair videos. Like, the views on my hair videos are becoming so much recently, and thank you for the support, the really nice comments that people have been leaving as well. I don't want you to think I don't appreciate them, because I do appreciate them, and I am trying to get this channel up there. I'm trying to do more hair videos because that is what you guys prefer, and I love doing hair videos. But I do feel like you guys support me and you are really kind to me, and if you want to support me even more, please subscribe down below, hit the notification button, like, comment, share, you know, all that YouTube jazz. I've got a list because I'm organized. So I'm gonna go down the list just so that this video doesn't take ages because I'm already rambling. So let's start. I've got my glasses on because I couldn't bother to put my contacts on, so just ignore that. So I think I want to do like an updo, like a slicked updo with like a curly, like the hair's curly at the back, I think. I don't know. Today I decided we're going to film. We're going to get in front of a camera and we're actually going to film because I've been putting it off for some weird reason. So let's start with that. I'm just going to section my hair into two. And then we're going to start by spraying it. You know, hydration is key. And then I'm going to take you through the process I do where I'm not going to have a retie, but I just tidy up a little bit because it's not due one yet, I don't think. No, it's not due one yet. By the way, get one of these bottles because you don't have to keep like spraying it. It's like a continuous spray and it's kind of cool. Anyway. So, let's start with length check. I'm going to take my glasses off because they're getting wet. Like, obviously shrinkage right now, but the fact that this is shrinkage and my hair is still shoulder length is good. Let's just pull down the top. So the front is about where my collarbone is, and the back, wow, okay. The back is about TMI, where my nipple is. So yeah, the length has grown a lot. Once I hit 1 year, it definitely started growing very quickly compared to the long 1 year process of it growing. Then I'm just going to run my hands through it. Okay, so length check, I think I will do an actual proper length check and put it in this video somewhere just so you guys can see what my hair is like when it's not, like when shrinkage isn't that bad. And I'll like put it here and we can all gawk at it and be like, oh my god, is her hair growing that big? Okay, no, I'm joking, but we can all be like, yes girl, my hair's growing. Sorry, I'm like gassed. My hair hasn't been short, it has never been short, but I just like inches. I mean, what girl doesn't like inches, you know? I'm just gonna run my hands through it so things like that aren't there. What I do is I just take the frizziest Sisterlocks, mainly the top row and just here, and I take any excess hair that's off it and I twist it round. This also really helps with the locking process because once you twist the frizz that's coming up or the hair around it, or you twist the hair that's around it around your Sisterlock, it starts to add that hair to it, starts to add bulk, and it starts to lock with it. So yeah, that's number one. This one's always like that, so we just ignore the little baby hairs. Again, with this one, I'm gonna take the frizz at the base and twist it around it tightly, and as I go down I'm going to pick up any frizz that meets me as I go down Sisterlock. And that is kind of how I just make it neater. So I'm just going to quickly do one side so you can see it. Okay, so you can already kind of like see the difference. This side's a lot more frizzy than this side, and you can see the middle parting again. But as I go down my hair, I also, if there's two sister locks like this that are kind of married, I kind of gently pull them apart and it separates them at the brace at the base. It makes it easier for retying, and it just, let's talk about, it's not really the elephant in the room, but let's talk about obviously my decision to make the front part of my hair red. I'm one that gets bored quite easily, and when I had extensions, different hairstyles, box braids, crochet braid, all of that, I did used to change the length a lot. I used to change the curl pattern a lot. I used to change the styles a lot, so, and the colour. So having to have my hair just my natural colour for a year, for me, I found difficult. And I know that's like something really stupid because it's like, it's hair colour, doesn't really mean that much, no. But for me, I just like seeing myself with different things, do you know what I mean? But I do say I do know the difference from my hair before I changed the colour and now. This is only semi-permanent. I didn't bleach it or anything like that. I used the Knight and Wilson Colour Freedom Crimson Red, which is this. I have the whole bottle still because I used barely any of it, so whenever I want to touch it up or add more red to the rest of my hair, I have the whole bowl, which is good. It does wash off, definitely. I would say it is a little bit drying, so I have noticed the front sections of my hair compared to the back section of my hair are a lot more dry than they were before. So I guess I just have to use more water, I just have to spray it more often and make sure it's more hydrated. So it's not a big issue per se, but it's like different to how my hair was before. So for me, it was like not that big of a deal, but I know some people are like, why did you put colour in your hair? How did you change it without bleaching it and your hair falling off? You know, all of that. So I thought I'd just clarify, I didn't bleach it and it is not falling off, it's just a little bit more dry and the colour will change and I can go back to my original colour. But at the moment, let's move on. Thickness. My hair is so much thicker than it was. Like, you can actually see that it's kind of like locking now, which is cool. My Sisterlocks at the beginning was so thin, so small. I was kind of scared for my life. I was like, I've never done braids or anything like this small. This is good. But no, they got thicker. They are still getting thicker. They aren't by no means mature. They're not even close to being mature. These are still baby locks. But they are getting thicker, and I've noticed one way to do that as well. Like, I used to braid my hair to go to bed every night and then tie it up, and I used to change hairstyles a lot. I prefer to just keep my hair like naturally down a lot of the time now. Even if I've curled it or whatever, I just tend to keep it down by putting it rather than putting it in styles all the time. For me personally, I've noticed leaving it alone has made it a lot thicker, especially not braiding it to go to bed. I will still tie it or put it in one bunch or braid the ends and stuff like that just to make sure it's still neat. It has a lot of more chance to breathe. Yes, you can also see how thick your hair is going depending on when you look at it. So I first had my hair done in these locks, there was lots of gaps, you could see the light through it and my hair looked really thin. But now you can't really see anything through my hair. If it is braided though and I have waves, you can see a little bit more light through my hair, but you can tell the thickness because the less light and the less gaps in your hair, the more thick your hair is. Move on to my ends locking. So if you can see, my ends are still not really locked, they're still curly in their like natural state, if that makes sense. But before, I noticed when my mum had to do reties near the beginning that even though she had to retie the base because obviously new growth, the ends were also getting like longer, if that makes sense. Like the sister locks were coming up, so she'd also have to go to the base and like twist them round. But that isn't really happening anymore. And they're the bits of my hair that I think knot together if my hair does get knotty, because they're in their natural state. And now I'm just going to take hair bubble that I cut, made out tights. Oh, that's another thing. Using hair bubbles made out of tights is a lot better than just using normal hair balls. First of all, normal hair balls tend to knot in my hair when I take them out a lot and rip my hair and pull at it. But these are just soft and made of material, so they're better for your hair. I can't explain why, I just know they are. And obviously they're really cheap. If you have any tights that have holes in them, just trim them into little strips and then pull them apart and you get a hair bubble. So it's like not really that hard. Shrinkage. Okay, so the problem with not braiding my hair to bed all the time is obviously shrinkage. It means my hair isn't being stretched out overnight, so it does look shorter. In my opinion, it doesn't bother me that much, because when my hair does shrink, I feel like I get this nice little shoulder length bob type feel. It did before when my hair was shorter, because my shrinkage would be like up to my ear, like the end of my ear, and I felt like it gave me this really like old fashioned, really, it just didn't suit me. But now it doesn't bother me as much. But if it does bother you, then I do kind of have like tips for shrinkage, and I probably will do a separate video on that, because it's like different braiding patterns you can do and all that, etc, etc, etc. So probably will do another video on shrinkage. But I would just say the simple version is to just braid it. Bloody hell. To just braid it to go to bed. But make sure when you do updos like I'm doing, or put your hair in a bubble, or braid your hair, or, you know, French braid it, or whatever you like to do, don't make it too tight, because you don't want to pull on your Sisterlocks. When you pull on them and you make the roots weaker and weaker, they can get thinner, and they can fall off. So you just don't want it to be too tight. When I'm braiding it, French braiding or stuff, to make sure it's not too tight, I'll braid it up to here, I'll stop and I'll put a pin, and I'll just pull out the baby hairs in the front section a little bit, so it's a lot looser, and then I can carry on. The tighter you pull it, the more slick the pony. I kind of like it really big at the back, so I don't pull it that much. I'm also going to show you a way to do like slick your baby hairs without using gel or something. But now that I've done that, I'm gonna just wet these bits just to make it a bit more pliable. Hoping, I don't like to wet my hair too much, because as I said, my hair tends to get frizzy when it's too wet. So I'm just gonna slick it and then get a bobby pin and pin this back. And you see how I've kept the middle parting by doing it this way, and I also like keeping the cross section between the red and the black. It just looks better. It just does. Okay, I just like it. So I'm just gonna throw in a pin. The problem I do have with pins is holes in my Sisterlocks. That's another thing I want to talk about. When you do use pins, especially the ones that are more closed like that, and you put them through, sometimes they can go through your Sisterlocks, creating holes in your lock, which you don't want, because the bigger the hole, the end of your lock can like fall off, if that makes sense. Because if there's like a hole in the middle of it, it's gonna start to like separate. So what my mom has to do when she finds holes in my Sisterlocks is get a safety pin and push everything down to close that hole, so you get to the top, and then you continue to lock the top, like retie it. But that's effort, and also that's annoying. So I wouldn't suggest using pins a lot. I don't use pins that much. I now use the clips, like, you know, hair clips, but I don't have any with me right now, so I'm just gonna use this and pray that I'm not putting them through my my locks. So now I'm just gonna pin one all the way at the back, and then also one right where my ear is, just to make sure it's secure. But as you've noticed, because I have had this red in for 3 months, growth, and that's why this bit's black obviously and this bit's red, but we work. I'm not going to show me putting in the rollers, just because I swear I do curly hairstyles every time I do like a Sisterlock style or video. Let's move on. I swear I ramble and I talk and I change topic all the time. This is supposed to be organised, but my brain isn't organised, so it doesn't correspond. Products. So I used to go on and on and on about this avocado naturals, use it for your hair. It's still really good. Two things I noticed. One, it is good for my hair and it does add more than just water does, but because it does have oils in it, hold on. Yeah, I think it does have oils in it. The things this is infused with can settle at the base of your hair, and obviously that's why you wash your hair. Like when you use different hair products, that's why you wash your hair, but they're quite hard to get out. I feel like it just sticks to my scalp and you're left scrubbing, which makes your hair rougher and rougher, and then reties take longer and longer and longer, and it's just a cycle that I just couldn't be bothered with. It is good though if you don't mind washing your hair more often and you want something more than water. Please use these. They've got different flavors, different fragrances. They're good. They are good. Avocado is good. I love their shampoos. Another shampoo. My favourite shampoo that I've used so far. It's affordable as well. Sorry, that was my grandma with my clothes. Maui, I'm saying that right. Moisture, hair care, lightweight hydration, and hibiscus water shampoo. Okay, it's not just because it's got hibiscus in it, because hibiscus is my favourite plant, flower, smell, colour, everything. They taste good too. You do eat hibiscus, don't you? Yeah, they do. Yeah, I do. And the tea tastes good too. Ignore me. Anyway, this does do what it says on the label. It is hydrating. It smells divine. It's thick enough to get this out my base without washing it for ages. This is the one I've used for ages. I've not changed shampoo. Like, I can't even remember how long we've used this for now, but this is good. It got different not flavors, but different bottles for different things and different colors, and you know, infused with different things. So it's not just hibiscus. If you hate hibiscus, which I don't understand why, there are different ones you can use. So what's next on this glorious list of mine? To do my edges, I use this. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Mascara. It's for brows and eyelashes, but I've noticed it's also good for hair. So, and it doesn't flake or anything like that, and it does keep your baby hairs in place, but at the end of the day, it's not like, you know how gel can be all thick and gooey and go white and sticky and flaky, you gotta wash it all off. That's kind of not how this is. It's just a much easier way, and because it's got, like, this is for brows or eyelashes, it's got really good grip with the spoolie. See, I'm not the best at doing my baby hairs because I don't do my baby hairs very often. Like, I'm just one of those, can you see that? I'm just one of those people that generally can't be bothered to do their baby hairs. They don't they don't faze me. I can't speak. It's actually bad. If it's just the front that I need to tie up for about 10 minutes because this dries down really quick, you can tie it up for 10 minutes before you go to school. Or like I'm going to do now, I'm going to tie the entire this section of my hair just to keep it flat, so overnight, and it'll be even better. But you don't have to leave it in and wait for it to dry for hours like gel. You literally can, it dries in like 10 minutes. Again, I don't really do my baby hairs. Something I like to do when I'm going out. I also like to use it on my sideburns because I like it when they go straight down, because when they're not, they're a bit jiggly jaggedy, if that's a thing. So I do like that. And then I just get a scarf, any scarf, pick a scarf, any scarf. This is a massive one that I borrowed from my mum because why not? I'm stalling. Right, I hope you liked this video as much as I did. It's been fun to get on a camera again for more than 40 seconds. By the way, 40 seconds was literally my last short video, so if you don't like my long videos, go check that one out. thank you again for the support you guys are giving me on that one. Check out my dyeing my hair video, check out my 1-year anniversary video. There's many videos on my channel to do with my hair and my weird face and my rambling. Go check them out, just go check them out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye lovelies.